Welcome to another Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the Connection Show this week. Each week we have different individuals come in to talk about what's going on around our broadcast area, and pretty active this time of the year. Always lots of things going on as we kind of start into the early part of fall, if you will. And early fall means great music and bluegrass music. We're going to talk with a gentleman in a moment about the Bluegrass Festival down in Jasper coming up this weekend.
The Townhouse Cafe in downtown Harrison is offering a great reason to wake up on Saturday mornings. Their incredible brunch. Starting at 7 a.m., you can enjoy all of your traditional breakfast favorites or some of these decadent dishes. Eggs Benedict, featuring an English muffin topped with ham, 2 eggs, made any way you like, and topped with fresh-made hollandaise sauce. Plus, you'll also get your choice of hash browns or home fries. Perhaps something even more delectable. Townhouse Cafe's fabulous U.S. farm-raised butterfly trout grilled with a drizzle of hollandaise sauce, 2 eggs any way you like, hash browns or home fries, and either a biscuit or toast on the side. Absolutely delicious. Saturday brunch at the Townhouse Cafe in downtown Harrison.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our first guest in the studio today usually comes in every year about this time, Shannon Willis from over in Newton County, Jasper Way. Shannon, thanks for contacting us and coming in to see us again.
Thanks for letting me be here.
Appreciate it. Well, we just talking about before the show started, temperature's cooling off a little bit. Can't be better than this when it comes to being outside and having a little bluegrass music.
I think the weather's going to be perfect. We've already getting several campers already in. They started coming in, I think, Friday or Saturday, and so it looks like we're going to have a really super good turnout. The weather's perfect. The park really looks super. City's done a great job with it. They've got it all mowed and cleaned up, and we had some flooding back earlier. Mm-hmm. And as a matter of fact, right in front of our stage, they took a boat and went in there, and they measured 16 foot of water. Wow. And so I think it was 4 foot deep inside our building, and so they had to really jump on it and strip some of that walls out and redo it. And they've done an excellent job with it. Got it up in good shape, and we're ready to go.
You know, you think about it, and it's nice to be able to have facilities along some type of waterway, a creek or river, whatever, but you also pay the price sometimes. Mm-hmm. I know here in Harrison early in the spring when we got the water came up in Crooked Creek, the nice soccer fields down there on the creek took out all the fences, got inside the concession stand and everything, and so they had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
The Parks Department had to go in and clean everything up and actually rebuild some cabinets in the concession stand area, but it makes a real mess, but it sure is nice. You have that down on the Little Buffalo there, and we're talking about how much cooler that area is because you got that cool water off the river there. Do you have people come in, like, I mean, as you mentioned, it will just maybe retired, they travel around the area and they go to these festivals? Many times they'll come in several days in advance just to enjoy the scenery and the place that you're going to.
Yeah, they do that, a lot of them, and then they're already. I went down after church, I think it was Sunday night, and they're already sitting around jamming. So a lot of them, that's what they come for.
Oh, really?
And they'll sit around and jam till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then when our shows start on Thursday, and they're Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then they'll, after the shows are over, usually we're through around 10:30, and then they'll all get together and start jamming again. They'll jam till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning again, so they have a big time with it. It's really interesting.
Shannon, do you see a lot of the people that come in for particularly the bluegrass music? I know there's a following there, big following. A lot of these people are the same people. They come every year to all these different. They go to the different ones.
They make their circle. A lot of them does. They'll hit Waldron and they come to Harrison's. The deal out at Bear Creek Springs, and then they'll come on to ours And there's a lot of them that we've got people that's already over there that's from way down in Texas and deep into Louisiana, Missouri, Oklahoma. So we got pretty good following, and we've really got a super band this year.
Okay.
And actually, it's an excellent. It's a good deal for what you get. Like this year, we have 15 bands.
Wow.
And if you buy a 3-day pass for $25, that's pretty cheap. And we've really got some nice bands. We got.
Yeah, let's talk about that in just a minute. What about food vendors and stuff?
We do have.
We've
got a guy coming in out of. I think he's coming out of Fort Smith. He has 2 trailers. He sets up and does. He does catfish and hamburgers and hot dogs and I don't know what all different things that he has. So he has a good lineup, all kinds of cold drinks and snacks and things. So.
Do you on your? I know you've got the RV hookups. Do you charge them by the day?
Yes.
Just for the electricity.
Right. It's $15 a day. We had we pay the electric to the city, and so we had to raise them a little bit. Then the state, we had to start collecting sales tax, so we have to pay that off of our total back to the state. So we had to raise them up. We were doing 10. We had to raise them to 15 just to cover those extra costs. But that's still not bad. We've got a lot of hookups, and we got water available and dump stations, so it's pretty nice facilities.
Yeah. Okay, well let's let you kind of get into the. We'll talk about the passes and so forth later. Talk about some of the groups that you got coming in this year.
We got some new ones, and then I'll start up here. And Cody Norris, he's a Grand Ole Opry star. He's out of Mountain City, Tennessee. Really does a good job, and. Garland Blocker and Blue Tradition, they're out of Oklahoma City, actually Norman, Oklahoma. They're a new band. We've not seen them before. We heard a lot of good things about them. We contacted them and got them set up. And the Gravel Yard, they're from over around the Yellville area. They do really good. I was listening to them. Just actually had to walk up and by accident and got to listen to them. They sounded pretty good, so we contacted them and got them set up. Mm-hmm. Possum Top Bluegrass, they're out of Missouri, Interstate 30. They're from down around Little Rock, Bentonville area. They really do. They was our entertainment this year. We had our statewide county meetings in Little Rock, and they were our entertainment, and they really done a good job. And so we booked them. And the Sherman Mountain Boys, those guys are getting all grown up now.
Not boys anymore?
Not boys anymore. 2 of them's already married off, and another one's fixing to, I think. And I told somebody that day, I said, the 4th one's wanting to. They'll kill me over that one. But they're all grown up, and this may be the last year for them. They're all getting split up and out of college and going their own ways and got jobs, And
you have to change the name to Sherman Mountain Men.
Yeah,
boys.
That's
not
for sure.
Boys anymore.
Unashamed, of course, those are local guys. Larry Martin and his group. Caps Grass, they really do. They're going to be, of course, on their Thursday night gospel, and they're really good. Spitting Image, those guys had kind of. Split up for a while, and they got back together this year, and we'd had a lot of requests for them, so we've got them coming back. Gospel Bluegrass Fire, they're local. Eversong, she's from down around Dover, I think. Highway 36, they're from Bologna area, BB, Bologna, somewhere in there. Baker Family, those guys right there, that one family is worth your fee. They've got... the oldest boy, I think, is 20 now, and he has already won state fiddling champions in Arkansas and Missouri, I don't know how many times. And Mama plays lead guitar for him, and then they got a daughter that plays mandolin and sings. She just does a super job. And my favorite of the whole bunch is the little guy. He's about 12 years old now, plays the doghouse bass, and he just absolutely blows you away. Listen to him. He just climbs all over that thing, and he is fun to watch. Rogers Family, they're out of West Virginia. They do gospel singing, and we've had them there a couple of times. So we've got, and then the Williams Family. I don't have a picture of them, but they'll be back this year. They're an Arkansas band. So you actually, if you get to do a 3-day pass, it's $25.
Okay.
And you get to listen to 5 bands on Thursday night, 5 on Friday night, and 10 on Saturday. So you're listening to 20 bands for $25. So that's pretty cheap. And I mean, if you like bluegrass music, 5-string, mandolin, fiddle, they got it all.
Yeah, that's a good savings actually.
I noticed, it really is.
Their admission is Thursday $10, Friday $10, and Saturday, because there's more bands, $12. So that's 32. You're saving if you're going to go to all of
Right.
it. I mean, that's a good savings.
That's what most everybody does. It does that. They buy a 3-day pass, but we've got we think one of our better lineups, and that really is for what you're paying. That's a good price. And as I was saying earlier, we've got lots of camping. We've got a bunch of 50 amp hookups and a lot of 30s, and shouldn't have any problem. We just first come, first serve.
Right.
But they're getting stacked in there pretty good. So,
Already, huh?
yeah.
I noticed on your thing here, I was reading there, you got door prize drawings nightly?
We do.
Okay.
And then we have a handmade quilt that we give away on Saturday night. And then we'll be selling chances on that. That's
Okay.
a traditional thing that we do over there. And then we'll go around to our local merchants and get different things for door prizes, and we'll hand those out in between. While we go from one band to another, we take a little break in there while they're getting set up, with their mics, and then we'll give away some door prizes. And everybody looks forward to that.
As far as the groups coming in, and I noticed you've got some from all the different parts of the country coming in here. Do you try to get a little bit different each year? Add a new one or two?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've got, let's say we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, you got several then.
7, 8. I think 8 or 10 of them is new.
Oh,
So
that's
we'll try to switch out. We'll have one, and they'll come back for 2 or 3 years, and then we'll switch off for a year. We see how it is. People start coming back and say, hey, we love this group here. When you going to get them back? And so we'll contact them, and we may skip a year or two, and then we'll bring them back in again. We're always looking for some new people in different parts of the country, and that seems to make everybody happy doing that. Gives them a variety, and everybody likes families, and we try to do as much of that as we can, where we got mom and dad and and the kids that's playing, and family entertainment it's really neat. It's really
that makes it good. It's also nice here that as Shannon was talking about, that they're having this the activities are all down by the Little Buffalo. It's nice that Jasper works with you guys very closely and getting that
been
park
really
ready.
Good, yeah. We were fortunate to get a lot of that stuff done, get some buildings. We got some grant monies, and but really for a size town we've got one of the prettiest parks around.
You do have
a beautiful park, and we've been really fortunate about that. And they've done it, really got it in good shape. Looks really good this year.
It's pretty down there.
Yeah,
right there
city's took good care of it, and they've been working with us real good on letting us go ahead and use that. And we had a guy back several years ago who made us a nice donation, and we took that money, and that's what we used to buy our hookups and stuff with, so that for our electric. So that worked out pretty good there.
Nice. Well, as always, Shannon, we appreciate you coming in and talking to us about this event, and it's the 16th annual Buffalo River Bluegrass Festival, and it will be on September 7th, 8th, and 9th. That's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 15 different groups, lots and lots and lots of music in Jasper, and $25 for a 3-day pass. That's the way to go if you want to listen to all the music and the gospel music and bluegrass of the 3 days. And obviously it's a fun event, and you're going to get real lucky, Shannon. You're going to have perfect weather.
It looks like it. We have been so fortunate. Of all the years we've been having this, I was thinking about it the other day, someone was talking about it. We have not been had a washout yet.
We
knock on wood. And that is unusual.
We'll keep it going that way. Shannon, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you again next year about this same time, and come in and talk about it. Don't forget, again, the Bluegrass Festival over in Newton County, down in Jasper. It's going to be a great event. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you can't make all of it, go one day, one evening, whatever, and enjoy some great bluegrass music. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with some individuals from Grandma's House about a fundraiser that they've got coming up, and also what they do for the area.
Sullivan Pharmacy has been serving your prescription needs for over 40 years. Our professional staff is glad to assist you with prescriptions, over-the-counter medicines, and healthcare products. Stop by Sullivan Pharmacy if you have questions about Medicare Part D, and we'll be glad to help. If you're in a hurry, use our convenient drive-through window so you don't have to get out of your car. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 North Main Street in Harrison, helping you feel better since 1965.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the show this week. Our next guest from Grandma's House, they come in quite often, do great work over there, and much needed. They been in operation here for many years, and then they're actually trying to get a facility started up in Berryville, and we hope they do. Kaylee Evans, thank you for coming in. We appreciate
No problem.
it so
Thanks
much.
for having me.
Don't have your brace on your knee today.
I don't.
And wearing high heel shoes.
Yes, and in heels, and you're the first person that's gotten to see me.
Wow. Did you take out extra insurance in case you trip on those heels? No, just kidding.
No, but don't tell my dad that I'm wearing them.
You should be wearing flats or something. You're not so high stress deal. Before we get started with Kaylee, she's going to tell us a little bit about Grandma's House. Some people out there may know what they do and how they finance themselves because they are a nonprofit organization. But maybe just tell us a little bit. And the good thing about talking with Kaylee is that she actually did work there when she was in high school, went on to college, came back out, and felt like that was kind of a calling for her. And you do a great job over there.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Tell a little bit about kind of what Grandma's House is all about, if you would.
Okay. So as you said, we are a nonprofit, and what we do is we work with law enforcement and Department of Human Services and all these different agencies in our area to serve 6 different counties, and we see children from 17 to even 5 months, and we offer forensic interviews, special medical exams, a special kind of therapy, and just advocacy services where we can go along with a family through one of the toughest periods of their lives for a minimum of 6 weeks to make sure we're holding their hands every step of the way. So these children who have possibly gone through any kind of physical or sexual abuse, drug abuse, just kind of endangerment, to make sure that they're getting taken care of and kind of help get them back on their feet.
You know, you hate to say this, but the numbers for Grandma's House and other organizations similar to them continue to grow, and that's not a good thing. But one probably bright spot, if you will, in the growing numbers, and we talked about this, is recognition, finding out about it, where maybe years ago it was happening, but you didn't have the agencies and the programs that you do to identify the situation. Would that be true?
Yes, exactly. And, you know, statistically, less than 50% of children who are ever abused in any way ever tell. So the fact that our numbers are rising, while terrible, it's great because they are using our services and we are being able to help them, and they're getting hopefully everything that they need. And, you know, since we do serve those 6 counties, our numbers just continue to rise. And it's sad, but it's good. We're getting to help them, and that's all we can do.
Your numbers continue to go up, and with 6 counties and the population of the 6 counties that you deal with, on an average now, where are you in numbers? I mean, just on any given day, how many children would be in your program? So
Gotcha. Typically at a time, oh my goodness, I guess since we keep families for about 6 weeks, I would say, oh goodness, about 35 probably at a time that we are seeing. But I mean, some weeks we have 2 cases and some weeks we have 15. Wow. It really just depends. The flow is never the same.
So in a year's time, you would see hundreds?
Yes. in the last couple of years, we've been averaging out at about 275-ish.
Wow.
And
in a 12-month period.
In a 12-month period.
Wow.
And right now, what is it? We just hit September, and we're right about 200.
Already.
So
wow.
We'll see if we top that number this year.
You are dealing with 6 counties. Now, you only have the Harrison location right now, the Grandma's house.
That
here.
is our main location. We do have a satellite location in Green Forest, but not for long.
Okay. And we're going to talk about, can we talk about the
We can talk about that.
Well, let's just go ahead. And some good news for the Grandma's house is that you're working on, and I know you've been doing this for a while, and trying to get another location similar to or almost identical to Harrison's in the Berryville, Carroll County, up in Berryville. How's that going up there?
That is going well. We are still on the hunt for a location, but we are in the process of trying to move over there just to become more central. We're working with Carroll County and Madison County quite a bit lately, so in order to help the families there so they don't have to drive quite so far, we're working on moving ourselves over there to become a bit more central for everybody.
So you'd still have Harrison?
Yes, we're going to keep Harrison.
And then Berryville would be. Now, what's it? Give me the counties. I forget. Is it Newton? What is the counties?
Let me see if I can do them in order. Baxter, Boone, Carroll, Madison, Marion, and Newton counties.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
I mean, and Boone and Carroll are a primary county, so that's why our centers will stay in those 2 counties.
Yeah.
But we do serve from all 6.
From all of them. Your staffing there, and I know you've added some people. Gosh, I remember I only had one over there. But you've got specialists, if you will, that do different things. Can you tell a little bit about how you're different people?
Okay.
You even have a really nice dog.
Yes. So we do have a dog, Isadora. She's our child comfort specialist, and she just kind of helps calm everybody down. Just because dogs tend to help. They are like horses. They read our emotions, and a lot of times children are so nervous, so we'll bring Isadora out, and she'll go over and love on them, and then it's just like immediately relaxes the children, and even sometimes their parents.
Wow.
So aside from her, we have Michelle Steiner as our executive director. Cody Tatum acts as our advocacy and prevention coordinator. Brittany Jones is our lead forensic interviewer, although Cody does interview also, because we are all cross-trained to interview and do advocacy.
Yeah.
I primarily do advocacy and some public relation event work, and then we just hired a new person. Her name's Rebecca Dotson, and she is an advocate right now and will go in October to receive her interview training.
Wow. So you have grown a lot.
Well, we're full staff now.
When I first interviewed for Grandma's house when they first came here, it was Michelle Steiner. It was her. She was the only one, and actually had done a little bit of stuff up in Carroll County maybe before that. It's been so long, I forget. Is that true?
Yes, she did some work with the Merlin Foundation in Carroll County, and then it all expanded from. Because the Merlin Foundation works with women who've been, victims of domestic violence, or now a lot of it is giving families money to get to cancer treatments or making sure women are being able to get their yearly exams for everything. So it was all founded by Merlin Leach, and as his dream grew bigger, he brought Michelle into everything, and she eventually took over Grandma's house. And since Merlin has passed, Michelle's also kind of filled in with his roles over there in the Merlin Foundation. So they work as brother-sister organizations, really.
Right, I knew they did. Obviously, they're a nonprofit, a 501c3, and you get some grant monies, funding, but you've also got to do fundraisers to support the programs and so forth. I mean, and you're always needing different things. How could people help, actually? We want to mention that. If somebody, do you need snack items? Do you need hygiene items? Anything like that?
Yes, we are always going to take anything people give us, from toys to individually packaged snacks and juice boxes. We've got some chocolate milk there right now.
Right.
Anything like that, to cleaning supplies. We recently had a toilet paper and paper towel shortage, but somebody donated a lot to us and saved the day. So those kind of things, glass cleaner, stuff like that. We do get grant money from different organizations in the state, but we also rely heavily on our fundraising events and individual donations.
Well, let's get into the fundraising. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the events they're doing fundraising. What's your next event? We kind of got 3 events coming up as we move into the fourth quarter.
Yes, 3 events coming up. Our first one is going to be a ragdoll tournament. That's going to be in Berryville at the main baseball complex there at the A.L. Carter Fields. And that's going to be on Saturday, September 16th, so it's about to be happening for us. And that's going to be an all-day event. Games are going to start at 9, and I'm thinking the championship game isn't starting until 10 or 11. Right. So we're going to be there all day. It's free to the public. People can just come out and watch. We've got about 16 teams who are going to battle to see who's going to take home our trophies.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Okay, then you move on to your next event.
Yes, so we switch events sometimes between Carroll County and Boone County, and when we do that, the money that is raised in Boone County stays at Grandma's house.
Okay.
And the money that's raised in Carroll County is going to stay with the Merlin Foundation and everything that runs through that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So since we have switched back to Boone County on October 28th, we're going to have a superhero festival, and that is going to entail a 5K where everybody can dress up as their favorite superhero. I'm going to be the Pink Power Ranger. Very excited. And we're going to have movies playing at the back of the stage, ranging from The Incredibles to Avenger-type movies, so kind of growing a little bit in the age range. We're going to have food trucks there. We have possibly a bouncy house, maybe some face painting going on, just some vendors going on.
Now, where's it going to be?
And that's going to be at the Lake Harrison Park.
Okay, yeah, Lake Harrison. Okay,
and that is October 28th.
Okay.
And then the next weekend, we're going to be having an event. We're going back to Carroll County, and we're also going to be having a 5K, and this is just going to be for an autumn festival, basically. Okay. So we're going to start off with a 5K, and then once everybody is done running, once I'm done walking, we're all going to, yes, no, I'm not a runner. We're all going to get back together, hang out with some vendors that we're going to be having, and then there's going to be a chili cook-off that's going to turn into a chili supper, which will then be followed by a pie auction.
Nice. Now, where will that be?
And that's going to be at the Berryville Community Center.
Okay, at the Community Center.
And the 5K will start and end there. And that's all I know about that. We still have a lot of things in the works for that one since it's so far out.
Yeah, well, we'll need to get you back in before
I'd love to come back.
Talk about some more stuff. They just finished actually a ragball tournament here. We got a couple minutes. August the 5th, you had a ragball tournament, and it was a big, huge success. Had lots of teams, really competitive. You raised, I'm sure, quite a bit of money off this.
We did raise a fair amount. And we had 30 or 31 teams who, it was a 16-hour event. Oh, let me tell you, my legs hurt by the end of the day, and I wasn't even a player. But we had almost 400 people come out. We had Robin Reeves from McDonald's donate all the concessions. It was a fabulous event, and we got to tell people what we do, and that's the point of all these things. Get the word out about what we know, because we don't want people to have to use our services, but we want them to know about it just in case.
Yeah, that's why we like to have you and the others on the show once in a while, just to keep everybody up to speed on actually what you do, the importance of what Grandma's House is. They started out Carroll County, moved into Boone County. Now there's 6 counties, and so it's you've expanded, and like we said, the numbers continue to go up, but that's not a bad thing, because recognition is the whole key there, hopefully get ahead of it. And help these children out, these families out.
Yes.
So, we covered everything, I think. We're about to run out of time. Did I miss anything?
I don't think that you did.
Other than you don't have your knee brace on, and I tell you, do not get in the rag ball. Don't do 5K. You might be careful with those high heels, by the way.
I promise I'll take them off.
Kaylee, we thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it, and we've always enjoyed supporting Grandma's House from the beginning when you started, and continue to give us a call anytime we can help promote whatever you're doing. And they have a wonderful program there, and they do great work, and they've got specialists there that do each individual type things, and Kaylee is one of the better ones. She's been there from the beginning. She was even in high school, and she liked it. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Tell everybody hi over there, and we appreciate you coming in. Thanks for joining us on our Connection Show this week. We hope we got some information to you perhaps you didn't know about. We do appreciate all the organizations contacting us and coming in on our show, and we want to continue to do that. See you again on Connection.
KTKO Channel 8 Harrison. Local